Hi guys, Jason Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. Today we're doing the Taylormade Stealth 2 Plus driver. Now, they make the Plus and they make the standard normal driver. Now, the reason why I've got the Plus is it's going to suit my spin profile better. The main differences that you've got between the Plus and the standard model is this Plus has got basically the same amount of weight when it comes to the weights and the sole. It's just that it's sped, rather than having a small weight at the front and then a 25-gram lump of tungsten that you've got on the standard Stealth 2, you've got this split between a 15-gram weight at the back and a 15-gram weight in the front here when it comes to moving mass left and right. Now that will have a small change when it comes to potential change of trajectories and stuff like that. We may do a test on that in another video, I'm not quite sure. If not, the video is going to be massively long. This is built the same when it comes to both the Plus and the standard model, with a boatload more carbon. Now, when it comes to Callaway and their paradigm, they've made the whole thing forged carbon. They've still got a titanium face. When it comes to this, we are in the carbon wood era, remember, when it comes to Taylormade, which means nearly everything is made from carbon, apart from the tungsten, obviously, weight, because carbon's not very heavy and the tungsten is, and that's the whole idea of putting weights in the sole. They're calling this Fargiveness. There's many things they're talking about when it comes to Fargiveness, well, their forgiveness side of things. Now, this one won't be as forgiving as the standard one, right? So when it comes to the two drivers, let's put this one out there very quickly. This is going to be for the driver, of the person who wants a driver that's going to want a certain type of spin profile, that doesn't mind giving up a little bit of forgiveness. The standard one is going to have a slightly higher spin profile, but a potentially much more forgiving design, because of that full-on 25 grams of weight at the back. Yeah, helping MOI, etc. But the face is the same on both of these two golf clubs. Doesn't matter if it's a Plus or the standard. It's still got that 60 sheets of lovely carbon, and this time they've got some inverted cone technology. Now, obviously, when it comes to Callaway, are the kings of when you're talking about face technology, because they make an AI to do the design for them, and if you see that, it's rippled everywhere and stuff like this. So now Taylormade are doing their own version, kind of the same thing when it comes to inverted cone, and it will only grow as the years go on. Right, so let's go get on a hole. Let's go give it a whack down a fairway. This will be an interesting one to see how it sounds. Obviously, this is basically nearly completely carbon. For the people that care, I have it in the hazardous RDX smoke red. It's a 6.5, 60 gram. So it's a fairly stiff but fairly light shaft, and a lambkin grip. There you go. So let's go get the simulator on, give it a hit and see how this thing does. Simulator now on. We are at Colonial Country Club, hole 12. It's par 4, 408 yards down there. And I think this is the same hole that we did the Mizuno and the Ping drivers, because as I remember, there's bunkers down the left-hand side at 265, 270 or so. And then there's a bunker on the right-hand side about sort of 290, 300. So if anything leaks even fractionally, it's going over there. Right. Let's go give this one a hit, I guess. Looks of this one, I must say, if you go put down by the golf ball, it's a very shiny top. I can pick up every single light I've got in this studio on that top of that head. That is very shiny. And you can see the carbon weave, but it's really difficult to see in this light. It'd be interesting to see what it's like when it comes to outdoors, but yeah, it's not a distinctive carbon. You've got Stealth written on the back there, Taylormade logo, very complex sole, a bit of red, a bit of black, a bit of shiny, and don't forget that red face. There you go. That's all done in one. Let's go give it a hit and see how this thing feels, because it'll be interesting to see if that lovely carbon feel is still there and what difference it makes. Oh, feeling on that one is fairly solid, we'll call it. Where'd that tee go? Oh yeah, over here. That's getting out there. 112, 2.7 spin. That's a strike. Low and slightly 2. That's what's gearing that up a little bit, but I mean, that's 283. You wouldn't complain about that one. That's on a miss hit. 1.45 efficiency on a miss hit, 12 toe, 7 low. That's not bad. I can't complain on that one too much. Feeling wise is very much so like the old Stealth. Oh, that's going a bit more left. I don't mind left. I prefer left than right, because obviously that's how the green. Oh my word, that's getting out there. Was that 290 something? 291? 291. Strike's getting marginally better, but my club path is going fractionally that way. Well, generally speaking, does with a driver. Goes slightly across. That's why it's going left. 291 carry, 218 spin, launching 12 degrees, 164 ball. It's not bad whatsoever. I mean, this shaft is long. Oh, don't give me that. I mean, my one's about 1.5 inches shorter than this, so this feels like I'm standing about a mile away from it. Oh, that's a really bad miss hit. This would be very interesting to see. It's getting out there, but is it a Foresight misread? I'm not hitting Stealth 2 Plus very well. There you go. 23mm toe 7 high. That's going to go on the old Forgiveness readouts, that one. Path is across. I need to aim a bit more to the right. Face is 0 to it. It's just a miss hit. But that's doing really well considering that's a miss hit. Backspin 1900. That is a true read. So sometimes Foresight with the algorithm that they've got, especially with drivers, everything else is perfect. With drivers, if you get one of those really low spinners like 1300, it can artificially make it massively long. But that's a 1900 spin, that's a true read. That's a true read. They say this is Fargiveness. Well, at the moment, I'm going to give them that, because that's far off the middle, and that was fairly far, and it was fairly forgiving. Fargiveness. That's the side I want to miss on. That's the side I want to miss on. Go again, that's getting out there, isn't it? Look at that. Woof. That's fairly middle, 294. Now I'm swinging at 113. That's because this shaft is about a mile long. And that's 6mm toe, 3mm high, 144 efficiency. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. But 1900 RPM spin, so this is the one that I'm going to get the longest one. I mean, 12 degrees launch, spinning at 1900, carrying 294. Yeah, it feels lovely though. I mean, that carbon face, carbon body, carbon everything. Well, apart from the tungsten weight in the back, but yeah, we've had that story. It does feel such a really nice driver. I would get concerned though, because I reckon it's forgiving, but I reckon she can be a bit sensitive, this old girl. But then this is the plus, not the full-on forgiving one. Oh no, there you go, I've talked it into it, haven't I? Face open, not down the right, that's not where I want to go. I've got to hit another one. I was going to leave it there, but no, I'm going to hit another one. There you go, 2.6 across. Strike was good, but my face was open by 2.6 degrees. And that means that's going right. Now, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I've got a shot there, but I'd much rather be left than I would do right. And look at the difference in distance that you lose when you miss right to miss going left. The difference is colossal. And that's only gone, that's gone 266 carry because the spin's up at 3.2. Strike's no different. Strike has basically stayed the same. It's just that open face, 2.6 open, and the spin just goes, just goes mental. Look how much difference in distance that you lose from that. Wow. That's the importance of club head dynamics. That's the side I want to miss on. I just don't want to miss that much. Oh, yeah, thanks for the tree assist. Yeah, that's going to be more difficult. Strike's good. Yeah, I reckon I could struggle with this one. I don't normally struggle with drivers too much. I think if anything, I would be going down the full-on normal stealth route because this, okay, a part of it could be the fact that my shaft is much shorter than this and this does feel long, but I mean, it's going to be a part of everything really. I mean, it feels lovely. I mean, that 7mm toe, 0mm high strike was good. It was just the wrong spot. Face was not good. Here's a misstroke. There you go. See how that one, now hopefully that might not be a Foresight misread. So that's high on the face, slightly toe, but high on the face. Distance not too bad. 1924, no it's not, look at that. So that's a miss hit. I felt that felt terrible. Whether it's the carbon face, I can feel these strikes, and when I hit them fairly in the middle, they feel lovely. When I miss hit them, you do feel it, and it feels distinctly different to the middle or audible sound. So hitting shots like that, that was only 1 millimeter out of a single digit miss, yet that felt terrible. Spins down at 1900, it's fine, it's lost efficiency, interesting, going high in the face. 1900 spin, you know, it's done fine. Now, obviously I am aiming to be missing down the left, or middle of the fairway, left hand side, middle of the fairway. The only one I'm really disappointed about that one is on the right hand side, because that one potentially no shot whatsoever. But that's me, not the golf club. Right, so let's go hit this a load of times. Let's go get in a pattern of hitting it. Let's go hit it all over the face as well, intentionally. Heel, high, low, and all that lot, because we've already gained some information already to see how forgiving or not this thing is. And let's go see how this thing gets on. So guys, I've hit a load of shots with the Taylormade Stealth 2 Plus. Long names. I think I've changed my mind. I'm not going for the Plus, I'm going for the standard model, the Max Help one. Because even on camera you could see there I'm moving a little bit left, a little bit right. Without going into conclusions straight away, under normal circumstances, if you're hitting the middle and you're delivering a really good face on this one, this Stealth 2 is a really good driver, but you've got to be really good with your driver to make this Stealth 2 Plus work. Now, I've captured some information and we'll go into it, because it's important we have a look at just how this Stealth 2 Plus works. So, ball speed on average 159 miles an hour, 12.6 degrees launch, spinning at 2460, which is quite a lot, peaking 36 yards in the air and descending at 39.4 degrees. So it is descending slightly under 40 degrees, which is the number I want to see when it comes to a driver, because I don't want it coming into the fairway, hopefully, too steep, because I want some chase as well, some bounce and roll. It's going 276 and 301 total, so it's not bad. Yeah. Swing speed is 110.1, so normal speed is about 110 miles an hour, which is about there. Efficiency 1.44, which is all right. Tack angle 3.4, 0.6 from the outside, 0.5 open on average, and 90 degrees aloft, and yeah, 6 mil toe, 2 mil low, and standard deviation is on there as well. If we go by the graphical representation, that's quite a decent dispersion ring, and it is. I was finding, even trying to hit this multiple times, one over after another, yeah, one after the other, I couldn't really get into a pattern of hitting this. Now, it's going to be a measure of many different things. It's going to be a measure of the fact that this is not a custom fit golf club for me. Yes, it's not. When it comes to the shaft, it's too long and stuff like that. That's one point. It is two, it's going to be the most unforgiving head of the lot. Yes, that's going to have another point. And it is also going to be me. The fact that I can't seem to dial it in today to try and get like a properly good data set. But this is what happens when you play golf. You get good days and you get bad days and you get in-betweens. And today I'm having a so-so day with a golf club which is new, and I am not performing very well, which is then causing the golf club potentially to not perform very well. You saw some of the shots when it comes on camera. This is potentially a really long driver, but you've got to hit it in a very finite point, etc, etc. So let's have a quick look at some of the forgiveness ones, because it is Fargiveness. It is a marketing thing that Taylormade wants, so that it is forgiving. Now, of course, the max version, as in the full-on version, is going to be more forgiving than this. Absolutely. The plus version has got that weight front and back, but that weight front to try and lower the spin level, etc., which does make it a little bit sensitive. So we capture one here, 111.8 miles an hour, 2.2 across, 0.9 open, so it should fade. It did. Yeah, landed 1.9 yards, or finished 1.9 yards off target. 3 mil low, 25 mil toe. That is very toey, and it's done very, very well. I have lost a boatload of distance normally from that kind of shot, but it's done really well though. 1.41 efficiency from there is really very, very good. You go to another one here, 107.8 miles an hour, slightly slower, 1.6 mil inside, 1 open, 24 mil hill, 8 mil high. That's very heely. 252 carry, so drop the distance. Yeah, it's only 1.34 efficiency, which is in some cases some people's 7 irons. But it's landed and finished 5.6 yards offline. It's done really well, considering that's a horrific strike. Another one here, 111.4 miles an hour, 2.2 across, 0.4 open, 8 mil high, 23 mil toe. And okay, efficiency is 1.39, so it's not brilliant. However, it's launched and spun a certain amount just in the right butter zone to get it out there. 282 carry and 309 total at 2.1 yards offline. It's done really, really well. Now, we'll do one more other one first. So 108.7 miles an hour, 0.9 from the inside, 0.8 close. So perfect delivery for a little baby draw. 12 mil low, just low on the face. So it has launched lower 10 degrees and it's spun up at 2.8. But it's gone straight, 4.6 yards offline, because that's what my delivery said to do. I've just hit it low on the face. It's done exactly what it should do. It's done fine. This Taylormade Stealth 2 Plus, from extreme hits, it seems to do really, really well out of extreme hits. So if you were to block out the middle and hit all over the face, all some really weird parts of the face, it seems to do really, really well. It just did. I mean, 112.7 miles an hour, a little bit faster, 3 across, 0.5 open. So me swinging left by 3 degrees and a face which is 0, just go left. It did. It finished 17 yards offline. 11 mil low, 21 mil toe. I mean, that's 32 millimeters away gross from middle. That's massively misstruck. And it's done really well. It's lost some distance, of course, but 1.41 efficiency, still really, really good. It is really, really good. The interesting bit is when you hit it fairly nominally. So we got one here, 111.3 miles an hour, 0.1 from the inside, 1.7 open. So 1.7 open, it should miss the right. It should do, yep, if you hit out the middle. I hit it 8 mil high, 14 mil toe. So high toe should gear it with draw. That's what it should want to do because of high toe, drawy, gear effect, that kind of idea. It's finished 47.3 yards right. I hit that and I was expecting it to go fairly straight with the strike, even with the face slightly open. I wasn't expecting it to finish 47 yards offline. Wowzers. And this is the thing when it comes to this Taylormade. If you're hitting it really wild, it works brilliantly. If you're hitting it right in the middle, works brilliantly. If you move around the face medium amounts, it seems to want to do some weird things. Now, I don't know if it's the twist face and I don't know what it necessarily is. I need to do a lot more testing with it. But it does start, because I don't miss the middle by massive. I'm not someone who misses the middle by 30 odd mil. I'm missing the middle by, on a bad day, by that amount there. And it just is giving me some weird and wonderful results. And on this basis, where I would normally look at going to the Plus model to control my spin profile, on this I'm going full max version. I'm going the full normal Stealth 2. I'm not touching the Plus. She's a sensitive girl, especially in my hands today, and I would quite happily lose a little bit of distance for some more forgiveness, even with a slightly higher spin profile, because some of the shots I was hitting in and around were spinning up massively and stuff like that. I mean, okay, if you can hit massively off target, off the middle, it's forgiving, and it is, and it does really, really well. Some of the shots I was hitting that badly, but the efficiency was still really up, so it is forgiveness. But there's an interesting way of doing it. When it comes to golf club design, unfortunately, manufacturers are very much so robbing Peter to pay Paul. We've still got physics to get around, and we've still got the rules of golf to get around. So generally speaking, you can kind of make one place forgiving, one place less forgiving, and there's always a bit of a trade-off. Conclusion, would I have one? No, I wouldn't. I would have the full-on normal max. I would have one on a good day. If I was feeling really confident and hitting the driver really well, of course, I would go this one because it would give me more distance. Yes, it would do. However, on those days where you're not feeling great or just having a normal day and you catch one, the Plus for me is just no, it won't. It just doesn't work. I would go the normal version. So looks of it is fine, red black kind of thing like that. It's still got that funky red face, and I think still you can get accustomed to blue and stuff like that, which is interesting in itself. So anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, go on, thumbs up. YouTube's like it, so do I. And next to it is a little subscribe button. It's free, helps the channel know if you click that one. And whilst you're doing there, it's a little bell icon you can click because there's a notification bell that will let you know. And next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well, and we'll see you again soon.